What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for joining us. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co-host Andrew. Don't get it twisted, Lapashe, and this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short. Thank you so much for stopping by on this lovely, mighty toasty now Wednesday afternoon slash evening. Oh boy, we're here in Vegas, reaching, or at least I am reaching 90s and hundreds very, very rapidly. And we're still about a month away, a month and a half away from actual summer. So yeah, this is kind of the norm. Once it approaches, it starts to get pretty damn toasty. So you best believe I have the AC going, and I got nice a ventilated room here. Landing on this Wednesday show, as we mentioned before, last week we switched it around just because I had some stuff to do that is now on our YouTube channel. But we are back to our Wednesdays, of course. And oh boy, sometimes these Wednesday shows, sometimes there's not, a lot of really good news going out, and making the rounds on the internet. But damn, today there's some fucking news out here, guys. There's some stuff that we want to talk about. In addition to, of course, but not, I should say, in addition to, but not limited to, Fight Week. It is officially Fight Week. Fabio Wardley is going to put his WBO heavyweight championship on the line against Daniel Dubois, or Daniel Dynamite Dubois, Triple D, whatever the hell you want to call him. But that is going to be taking place this weekend on the Zone. I'm not sure if it's the Zone pay-per-view or whatever, but if you got the ultimate package, I guess it's free to you guys. But that is going to be taking place this weekend. There's actually another few fights here. Angelo Leo is going to be putting his IBF featherweight championship on the line. We're going to be catching that this weekend, Saturday. That one definitely is going to be on the Zone. And oh boy, we're back. ZUFFA06 taking place this Sunday, the 10th of May, Mother's Day for everybody that isn't in the U.S. But yes, it's going to be quite a weekend full of fights. The usual Saturday, right? There's definitely a few fights on Saturday. That's kind of the usual. But Sunday, wait, we got some extra fights going on. So that's going to be one of the topics we're going to be talking about. Of course, in regards to Dubois and Wardley, we're going to be talking about our predictions, throwing in our 2 cents, and taking a look at the odds to see if let's see if I can go any faster this year by putting some money on the wrong person. We'll see how those odds go. We're going to be talking about Inoue and Nakatani doing the 4th highest selling gate in boxing history. Holy hell, they made bank, and boy, did they earn it. Look, it was one of the most anticipated fights, at least one of the most, if not the most, in Japanese boxing history. And they showed up. Those are the times where Andrew throws in there, like, you know what, there's a fight that's coming up. The fans need to show up this time. They need to buy the fucking tickets. Well, the Japanese fans definitely showed up for this one, filled the house, and got themselves up there in the history books as far as gates go, live gates. We're going to be talking about, of course, we're still feeling the tremors of last weekend's Benavidez versus Zurdo fight, and Benavidez's scintillating performance taking out Ramirez, and we're still feeling the aftershocks of that, so much so that he's basically making the media rounds, right, giving interviews to a whole bunch of people, and straight up disclosed, yeah, talks are already underway for me and I say me, Benavidez, and Bivol, Dmitry Bivol, as long as Bivol gets past his title defense on the 30th of May. So, wow. All right. We're going to be talking about that, of course, and throwing in our 2 cents. And this other story, I guess we can call it what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but Bill Haney going to social media talking about the humongous deal his son got for Zuffa. That's what it looks like, right? At least that's what it appears. There's rumors going around that both Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez have signed with Zuffa, and according to Bill, boy, they struck gold with this particular contract. So we're going to talk about that. But before we go into all of those details, as is the usual, a quick word from our video sponsor, Health Isol, or Health Y Sol, if you want to give them a checkout. Make sure to look them up here online. Health Isol, tallow-based products and tallow-based soaps in particular. If you happen to find anything you want to try, make sure to use the code MADBoxing10 at checkout and get 10% off of your purchase. Or you can follow the affiliate link that's going to be in the description of this video, and you get the same 10% off. As I usually say, lavender patchouli is my favorite. I tried a couple of other ones. I'm not even sure what scent they are, but that one's going to be my favorite one. So make sure to give them a try and help us out, because you get yourself a nice bar of soap and you help out the channel. So why not? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get crack-a-lackin' on the heavyweight fight of the weekend. Fabio Wardley putting his WBO heavyweight championship up for grabs against Daniel Dubois, who is kind of hot or cold sometimes. I've gone as far as to call him basically another Anthony Joshua. Sometimes the dude is on a roll. Sometimes he gets tagged on the chin and down he goes. But we're definitely going to be talking about what we think about this one here now. Before this weekend, my dad was like, yo, Dubois might do it, yo. Dubois might do it. However, after the ass whoopings the humble pie that we had last weekend, at least me and my pop said, was losing. I mean, mind you, we always go for the underdog, right? That's usually how it is we try to go with the plus money there. So more often than not, you don't win. And Dubois coming in here as an underdog. I haven't taken a look at the odds yet, but we're gonna, of course, we're gonna be talking about this fight here. This one, I know Fabio Wardley didn't look the best in his last fight against Joseph Parker. The stoppage over Parker was looked a little, I guess, premature, and it caused a lot of controversy because there were some times there where it looked like Parker had him on the ropes, and then he had Parker on the ropes, and it was a very entertaining fight. I'll say that. But it kind of looked like a little bit of favoritism there. The referee jumped in maybe a little sooner than he should have, and unfortunately, unfortunately for Joseph Parker, that's another L on his record. And I want to say that was for the interim WBO heavyweight championship, but since Alexander Usyk has been officially stripped of that belt or relinquished it, that made Wardley the official WBO champ. And in doing so, well, now put that belt on the line against Dubois here. Now, Dubois will give you a couple of good fights. It'll give you one shitty one, then 2-1, then it's just very, very inconsistent, which unfortunately it seems to be his MO. This one I've kind of gone back and forth on. I'm going to get to the odds here momentarily, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in my co-host here, Andrew. All right, Andrew, we got ourselves another heavyweight fight. We've talked about Queensberry, right, and the grasp that they got on heavyweight championships or heavyweights at the moment, and they're going to put on another banger this weekend here. So before I get to the odds, go ahead and give us your 2 cents on how you see this fight going.
Well, I think you hit it on the head when you first started by saying which Daniel Dubois is going to show up, right? So he has a big win coming off of AJ, the knockout over AJ, but Wardley's young, he's undefeated, seems to be a prospect on the way up, right? So, I mean, they're both 6'5". That's insane. It's a big fight. Both got 78-inch reach. Yeah. Identical. So, I don't know. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go with the prospect. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to call no upsets today. I got to play it safe. I'm just going to take and then he had that one good fight too. Didn't he already have a fight where he looked bad? Then he came back against the Clark guy and he knocks him out early, right? That was a bad
and leaves a fucking dent in his forehead.
In his head, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bad fight. I bet on him that one. Yeah. So I'm gonna stick with him. I think he has enough talent to get by Dubois. Unfortunately, Dubois might have just landed the one punch on Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, right. And if you guys remember, he caught Anthony Joshua cold, right? He caught him early, right? Joshua probably didn't even think about bringing his hands up, for crying loud, the way he was backing up with his hands down. And moments before Anthony Joshua got knocked out, he clocked Dubois and actually had him backpedaling, which is why he ran into that right hand. So it can change in a fucking instant, right? With Daniel Dubois here. He
identical in knockout percentage too.
No kidding. Oh shit. Hold on. How old are they? Let me see. Dubois is 28. Okay. And Wardley is 31. All right. Well, hey, age is pretty close there. I didn't realize Wardley was a couple of years older, but yeah. Okay.
First, first guy that lands.
You know, I would normally agree with you, but I think it's now. I mean, after seeing Dubois, I guess I'm not sure if that's the case. If Dubois lands first on Wardley, I think Wardley can take it. I'm not entirely sure if Dubois can take it if he gets hit first, like hurt first, I should say. I think Fabio has, maybe because of the lack of experience or the lack of ring time, the lack of rounds, he has less miles, and I think his chin can take it better than Dubois. I think at least.
It'd be smart for Dubois to probably try to get that early instead of waiting for the long run, right? You try to get him cold. You try to get him while he's possibly starstruck on the moment, right?
Right. Because this is probably his biggest fight to date, right? I mean, Wardley's biggest fight to date.
I wouldn't say like the whole first part of the fight, but maybe I'm coming out in the first round or two a little bit more aggressive, and then in the round 3 I'll settle back into the game plan. But maybe the first 2 rounds come out throwing some combos to see if you can't catch him, see what his chin's like. But yeah, I believe only one man. They have this what is it? All knockouts except one victory out of one fight and all their victories. You see that?
Oh shit! So only one decision in each one of their
there you
records.
Go. Yeah,
No
very. That sounds a lot better. Good job, bro. Sorry,
I was able to read through the lines there.
I'll warm up, you guys. I'm sorry. You're right.
It's all right. Let the coffee kick in. Trust me, I feel you there. I took a look at the odds. Okay, check this out. So at least on the BetMGM app, this is a pick'em. Yeah, pick'ems, right? I guess Dubois minus 110, while Wardley is minus 120.
Told you, first one that lands, bro.
First one that gets tagged. I don't know, yo. I have to think that Wardley has a better chin. I think he can take the shot better, huh?
They don't even want our money. They're like, we're not even going to give them a positive. Will you guys just leave us alone? The fuck?
Yeah. It's like we don't know who's gonna win either. Whoever fucking it might be a damn Rocky double punch, and they both go fucking down for all we know. But yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking at here. Let's take a look at the methods of victory.
But wait a minute, Wardley was rocked in that rematch, right? I want to say they were both wobbled in that round that he got the victory in. We would have to look that up again, but I want to say Wardley was rocked when he finally knocked the other guy. The guy, probably like Anthony Joshua, got over aggressive, came in and walked right into something. I'm probably too loud. Your fucking mic probably just cut
No, it hasn't yet. It hasn't yet. As of right now, it has not. Yeah.
But yeah, we have to watch that rematch over. I could have swore Wardley. So that's hella funny. They don't want any part of this fight either. No positive number. You're giving the casino something.
Right. They don't. They're up in arms. They're up in the air. They don't know who's gonna take it here. I was taking a look at the prop bets, right? The method of victory, as they call it. All right. Here's a couple of pluses for you. Fabio Wardley by KO, TKO, or DQ plus 138. All right. Wardley on points plus 550. They definitely don't think this fight's going to distance. Dubois by TKO, KO, or DQ plus 150. And Dubois on points plus 600, while a draw comes in at plus 1,600. So, that one, I guess the one that's least likely to happen, at least according to these odds, is Dubois by points. So that one, what do you think of those numbers?
They're leaning towards Wardley stopping Dubois, aren't they? With the plus 138. If I'm Wardley, I guess he can't be upset. Dubois is ranked right under him in the top 10. So I guess it's not a knock to either man that the odds are so close. I guess we're kind of doubting Dubois without really giving him a shot. You know what I mean? coming in off of this this big win off of AJ. He might have a little bit momentum out there, carries him into the Wardley fight. We'll see. Yeah, I still say I think this is gonna be a fast one. They definitely don't have it going to the points, dude. I mean,
it's funny. Whether or not it will go 12 full rounds, plus 220. So there's some plus numbers right there. And that's yes, if it does go the full two, well, that's the bet, I should say. If yes, it does, if you're betting on yes, it going the full 12, or no, if it doesn't go the full 12, we're at minus 300.
Yeah. Whoever, man, it's a hard fight to pick. So, yeah, and we don't even have a favorite. I was going to say Wardley's the favorite. He's not even the favorite, bro. He's he's a slight favorite by default, I guess. I don't know. That plus 138 is giving it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 120 to minus 110. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Wardley. No upset. There's no money there. I wouldn't even bet on it. They won me. I wouldn't even bet on this fight. There's no money here. I'm not rich. I'm not putting 10 grand down. So I leave this one alone. But I will pick Wardley to move on in his career. Dubois' Cinderella story is probably going to be coming to an end on Saturday.
All right. Now I myself won't put any money down on this one. I think I'm gonna take a step back for a brief couple of weekends before I decide to throw it back in there. But if I would, of course, going back to what I'm thinking, I think Wardley can take Dubois' shot better than Dubois can take Wardley's. I believe, at least. So if you're forced, if you're back up against the wall and you're forced to put some money down on any of the pluses, like specific outcomes, I'm gonna have to go with Wardley by KO or TKO or DQ. That one seems to be. I can't imagine Dubois being able to land on Wardley, and Wardley goes down off of one punch. I think he's gonna have to keep the onslaught going, and I don't think Dubois can do that. I suspect Dubois might get caught himself, but if Wardley lands on Dubois first, I think he can finish it. Considering the odds here, I guess I'm trying to think. I guess Dubois has, he's the younger one, right? But he has more miles on him, so that's primarily the reason why I don't think he'll be able to take Wardley's shot. And again, if you remember, Dubois himself was stunned against AJ right before he clocked him. So I think Wardley has enough gas in the tank, or at least enough strength in the chin to be able to take Dubois' punch. I don't see it the same way the other way around.
And it wasn't too long ago we were questioning the heart of Dubois, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we never know when that is going to pop its head back up,
Right.
AJ might have been a different kind of confidence.
Yeah. That's a very good point. I was listening to some some videos, other videos of other content creators going through some of their predictions, and I was listening to Radio Rahim, and he was talking about Wardley's confidence coming into this fight. I'm sorry, Dubois' confidence going into this fight, and some media member asking him about the previous fight, how if you remember how he was partying. I think it was before Usyk. I forget which one it was, which specific fight, but how he was partying before the fight. You remember that?
Yeah.
And he basically flipped. He basically said, I'm gonna party harder this time. Oh wow, okay. So it's not the question was something along the lines of, if you've learned your lesson from that, counting the chickens before they hatch kind of thing. And he basically verbally, at least I don't think he legitimately did it, but verbally gave him a big, birdie, a big FU, saying yeah. I'm gonna party even harder this time. How about that? Oh shit! All right. Well, I mean, cool. Throwing some fire back at the media members, but I certainly hope he's not telling the truth, because if you're gonna party equally, if not harder, before the fight, well, you saw what happened the first time around with the results. So, if you're gonna go that direction, I'm saying it's not like we're telling you as if we're giving you a scolding like we're your fucking dad. We're saying, yo, we can see it clearly from the outside, homie. You're not seeing it for yourself, but. Anyway, it just kind of it was funny that Dubois kind of came back at them in that direction, saying man, don't tell me. It's almost don't touch that, don't touch that, and you're don't touch that. And, you're talking to a little kid, and he's about to take a bite out of something. And you're no, don't bite that, and that's the first thing he fucking does. But anyway, so that one's going to be now. I wasn't sure if that fight is going to be like on regular DAZN or if it's going to be like pay-per-view. By chance, Andrew, do you know if this is like the regular pay-per-view or is it part of that damn ultimate subscription bullshit?
You're telling me this is on pay-per-view? I didn't even know it was on. I haven't seen nothing that said it was on pay-per-view.
Well, it's like their version of it, no? Like the because I mean, I most certainly let me see here when Dubois. I'm gonna go into DAZN's.
Maybe for that's probably for the UK, bro. I can't see that being pay-per-view in America. No one's gonna watch it then. I mean, why even put it on? Who's gonna pay for Dubois versus Wardley, bro?
What I'm saying, it's part of that package. Like I think at least I'm looking up right now, but I could have sworn like that this fight was going to be on like their.
I feel sorry for the DAZN subscribers. What do you get for your regular money then if you're not getting this heavyweight fight?
Yeah, look at Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois takes place on May 9th, yada, 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 yada. On DAZN pay-per-view, the pay-per-view costs $24.99, that's pounds. In the US, it's $59.99 with coverage starting at 6 p.m. That's over their time. Our time is like 9 a.m. or something like that. But yes, $60 for this one. There are another, I think David Morrell, I think is fighting on the undercard of this as well. I could be mistaken. It might have been a different card, but I think this is the one that he's fighting on. Yeah.
That does make sense. That makes sense. This is what DAZN is going to turn into. All these extra fees. Yeah, Turkey has to. We'll talk about it later, but that makes sense then.
Yeah, for us at least. I mean, over there, I guess it's the equivalent of $60 here, so $25 over there.
We'll talk about it shortly, but with all these signings that are happening and all these rumors of all this money, who do you think's going to take the bill?
Yeah, one Mr. Al Sheikh.
Oh, and he's going to pass that down to the subscribers.
Oh, I thought you meant who's going to.
At some point, the bleeding has to stop, Miguel. So now you're telling me I have to purchase Dubois versus Wardley? Bro, how many times Lennox Lewis fight on HBO before he actually made pay-per-view? You're coming out the gate with Wardley on pay-per-view? Good fucking luck with that. It kind of makes me mad. It really does. I love boxing, but that kind of makes me mad. Like, what do you think we are, dumbasses? We're just going to throw our... I work to watch boxing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And add to that, it's going to be from the UK, so it's going to be Saturday morning. Who the fuck is going to wake up Saturday morning to pay $60 to catch this? Guys who are not stars in the US?
Wardley hardly even known. Forget about being a star. At least Dubois might. He might have a few people that know him. He's fought in Usyk twice. He's got the knockout. That went kind of viral, hopefully. I wouldn't say 10 people. I'm saying one person. Don't get too fucking happy, Dubois.
Right. It's like Dubois and maybe his team. So a few people. That's kind of funny. I'm not sure if I've seen numbers as far as like subscriptions for that specifically, for that ultimate package that includes all that shit. Like, I don't think I've seen numbers for that to kind of get a better gauge of, oh yeah, there's this many fans that are willing to pay the extra however much to get all the fights without having to pay anything additionally. I mean, I sure as fuck hope not. If you pay the $500 and change, you better not be paying for anything else. Give me all the damn free fights with as many commercials as you want. But anyway, I haven't seen any numbers like that. Like, maybe I'm gonna look up Dan Rafael to see if that motherfucker gets any information to try to figure out, whoa, what is this? Has it been successful so far? I mean, it's only been around for a little bit, right? I think maybe going back to late last year, this package, and how many of them have the lower end package, how many of them have the higher tier package, to get a better idea of how many people are willing to pay this extra money.
I think the only time we're ever going to get those real numbers is when you have a breakup between a promoter and a fighter. You'll get some dirt, but what is it? Journalists are so lazy nowadays. We would rather report what people are making than what the fights are actually doing, what the gate is. You know, are they worth it? No one that ruffles those feathers anymore. We've all learned our lesson. They will kick you out. You won't have a credential anymore. And you've even seen the biggest names that used to question that shut their mouth, and they all got jobs again.
And they play ball, right?
Yeah.
They shut their mouths and they play by the rules, I guess, or rather they're the
Max Kellerman. I mean, you can elbow someone in the jaw. You know, hey, that's boxing. Hey,
and deliberate, right?
When I come this way, hey, who cares when it's come? What the? Man, I swear that guy. That guy is weird. Max is weird, man. Max is someone I wouldn't want to hang around. Seriously.
Yes.
Seriously, he's too much. He's too much, bro. Swear.
Yeah, he's a little over the top.
No, just total company, dude. He's 10 times what Timothy Bradley was.
What Tim Bradley was the top rank.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even like Benavidez. I guess Benavidez has to do with the ring. That was on the ring show, so that was for them. But it was just. I don't think we're ever going to get those numbers again, dude. Or at least real ones. We're not going to get real ones. We have to wait for like Netflix and Paramount and them. They'll release numbers. They'll fire people. We'll have to read in between the lines on all this shit. But for someone to go out there and actually ask one of these guys a serious question, you might get your credential pulled because you're going to be the only one doing it.
Right. You're the only one throwing the hardball questions, right? I mean, that's the stuff that we want to hear. You know, I mean, granted, it might not be the kind of questions that the general public gives two fucks about, but for more us, the content creators and other legitimate journalists who want to know, yo, this is the direction we're going, and I need to know what kind of numbers it is if you're willing to disclose them. But if I get in trouble for asking a question like that, then I'm going to have to just keep my shit and play ball.
Yep.
So what you're saying, Andrew, is that you're going to wake up early in the morning and fork up $60 to watch his fights. What you're trying to tell me, right? That's precisely on a Saturday morning, right? That's what a family man does.
Yeah, it's insane. No, I wouldn't buy this. No. Remember, I told you we hardly ever bought heavyweight fights.
Yeah.
Les Chavez was on the undercard, and that only lasted a few. Once he took his own main events, we were kind of only Chavez, and he fought a lot. So.
Yeah.
Pay-per-views. You were buying pay-per-views back then. But no, I wouldn't buy this one. I don't think it's worth the money. This is a free fight. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This should be on your regular DAZN subscription, man. What is left for the subscription if these type of fights aren't on it?
Right. And it seems as though, and granted, maybe just right now, because of how what was it called? How Top Rank just joined the zone and Oscar signed that extension kind of thing. Like, maybe they don't have pay-per-view fights, worthy yet, but it's like it seems as though just because we're talking heavyweights, it's fucking pay-per-view. It's like Queensberry or Matchroom. It's like, all right, heavyweight, boom, there's gonna be pay-per-view. Like, no, that's not how it works.
What's the little Fargus kid's name?
Emiliano.
Emiliano might make more money than Wardley and Dubois on pay-per-view in America. So he might be on pay-per-view. You better watch what you say, dude.
Well, I mean,
let's run them.
But by that point, maybe it'll be, well-deserved. Maybe by that point, it's up against somebody else that's like, oh, shit, okay, now I can see why it's pay-per-view worthy. This, not so much.
Yeah, no, and I don't want Emiliano right now as a pay-per-view fighter either. He better win a few titles, right? So yeah. I don't want them to go down that path, but I don't see a way it's not, and I don't see a way I'm not going to talk about it before you get to the next story. So I'm going to have to talk about it.
Okay.
All the money listen, what the Ring magazine, right? Let's start with the Ring magazine. They were a part of Canelo versus Crawford. Yeah. Like $200 million payday. Bivol versus Benavidez. $40 million paydays, right? 2020, right? The last one that they just did. You know what I'm going with this?
Barrios and Ryan or who?
No, the Usyk and the heavyweight Fury. Yes,
gotcha.
All this money is being spent right? All this money to sign these fighters. We heard about the new signings. We'll talk about the new signings, but keep in mind those guys too and all the rumored money they're having. Miguel, how are we going to get one of these guys on a subscription night? How are we going to get a fucking fight card where the tickets aren't? What is it going to be, like the Kentucky Derby? $380 to get in the door? Did you hear about the Kentucky?
Oh yeah, and like
that's crazy.
What was it? There was no. It was to get in the door. Yeah. I remember you telling me that. I mean, I read it too. You sent me that fucking that clip, right? I mean,
yes,
dude, that shit was insane, man.
I know. But Turkey's events are soon going to be this way. All right, so you got everyone. How are you going to put them on the same card now?
How are you going to profit from having them on the same card? Because they'll do it. I mean, obviously they did Fury and a $15 million Conor Ben, so they put them on the same card.
And a New York card. And that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that one. And I mean, even going back to that New York card, like people weren't even allowed to buy tickets, right? It was like certain people like by invitation kind of thing. So they certainly were making the gate there, right? Or at least bringing in sort of that money to help alleviate the costs.
So yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know how this is going to pan out. I understand. I hear the takeover. You know, I don't really see it. I'm hearing about it. It's rumored. Because, I mean, we're over here kind of starting rumors, too. If Haney didn't sign with fucking Zuffa, we're about to look really silly. You know what I mean? Because I haven't seen that. I seen what Haney said, but he didn't leave. Everyone just assuming it's Zuffa, which is probably on the positive number on being correct. But you guys, nobody's signing Devin Haney at $100 million. I'm sorry, Miguel. Go fucking take it to the next one, dude. Let's get into it, bro.
All right.
Like Dubois, Wardley, cool. The casinos don't even know who's gonna win. Next.
All right. So this next one isn't more of a story than more so it involves this weekend's fight. Now, the only reason I've been bringing this particular fight up is because last week we saw Inoue, right, against Nakatani, that I'm going to be talking about in a couple of stories from now. But Inoue himself has said, at least recently, that he maybe does plan to go up to 126 and move up to featherweight and see where if there are greener pastures there, if there's any more money to be made there. And my guess is that he's going to go with the champion that he thinks he can beat. And as of right now, at least based off of the other champions, I think that's Angelo Leo. I think that's going to be the first guy. And it just so happens that he's going to be fighting this weekend. He's going to be taking on, if I can pronounce the name right, Rais Alim, all right, on the 9th. That's going to be taking place at the Gateway Center. That will take place on, guess where? The Zone. Thankfully, it's not on pay-per-view. Fucking hell. But anyway, so that one's going to be that kind of fight, right? So the Zone's going to have 2 fights this weekend. It's going to have Dubois and Wardley in the morning on pay-per-view. And then they're going to have the this particular fight here. But anyway, I want to throw this in here just because, we're talking about Angelo Leo, who recently defended his belt by majority decision. So he eked out a decision there. And then the previous fight before then is when he got it off of Bernardo Lopez. So, I suspect he's got a target on his back, and in a way, most likely he's going to be moving up to 126 and probably targeting him first, as long as he gets past his opponent, Alim, this weekend. But anyway, I figured I'd throw that at you guys so you guys catch it. So, whenever should the time come for Inoue to step up to 126 and says, oh, yeah, I'm going after that champ, we know precisely who he's talking about, Angelo Leo, who I actually saw. I think he lives here in Vegas, as a matter of fact. But go ahead. Yeah.
Now, I thought they were in talks with Bam already.
Yeah, but what did they say, like 2027 or some shit? Like, I think they're talking like a little bit down the line, because Bam has a fight lined up in June in Arizona, I think it is. So unless I'm thinking, later on, and this is just me connecting the dots for future, because they haven't talked about him at all. But I'm thinking, should the time come for him to move up to 126, I don't know if he decides, I'm talking about in a way, if he decides to just stick to 122 and maybe there's where they can make the fight happen against Bam. That one seems like the more lucrative fight, not so much this, but for his legacy, eventually moving up to 126. My guess is he's going to go after this guy first. But if he goes up to 126 at all.
His legacy is set. I think it's a dumb move to go after a title that doesn't have Rodriguez's name attached to it. Seriously, he's getting old. He already peaked, bro. The peak has happened. There is no reason to be title searching anymore. Now you're just looking for paydays. Bam is a huge, huge payday. That it's his final fight if he really wanted it to be. I don't like that. I wouldn't chase the title if I was Inoue. I would chase the big fight. The one fight that's left is Bam Rodriguez.
Yeah, and as far as I know, and again, we're going to bring him up a little bit later on, Turkey himself said that that's the fight that he has on the radar. So it seems as though that's the direction they're going to go. But that would mean that he's going to have to most likely stay at 122 and not try to go up in ways to try to figure out another belt to try to catch another some more hardware. So at his age, I don't see, he's not that big of a dude anyway. I suspect he shouldn't have a problem staying at 122 because that seems to be where they can meet, right? I don't think he can go back down any, and I'm not sure if they're going to do any sort of catch weight type of thing should they do something with Bam Rodriguez. So chances are it's going to happen at 122, and it'll be to his benefit, right? I mean, he's going to be the guy with the natural weight and size advantage. So why not? He can go in there and clip the wings of Bam Rodriguez. Although Bam is going to put up one hell of a fight if they can get that going. But yes, it sounds as though Turkey has that already on the radar.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that, and then of course Sunday, May 10th, Mother's Day. What a perfect Mother's Day gift we are receiving on Paramount Plus. Andrew, if you care about your mother, you sit her front row in your living room and say, "Mom, happy Mother's Day. ZUFFA06 card is on Paramount. Let's watch some boxing today, Mama." So ZUFFA06 is coming back for we've had them. They've been off for a few weeks now, right? So I'm sure those Zuffa zombies out there are like, "Oh, can't wait to for the next card." So let's go ahead and just take a look at the card here. Main evented by Shane Mosley Jr. taking on Sarai Boachuk, if that name sounds familiar. We have seen him before on a Zuffa card, and we've seen him against Virgil Ortiz, a very, very tough guy. And I think Brandon Adams, he saw Brandon Adams a couple of times. So anyway, Boachuk and Shane Mosley Jr. Now, they're both somewhat recognizable names, right? I mean, Mosley Jr. obviously more so because of his last name, but we know who Boachuk is. Not, of course, if you're not a hardcore fan, you probably don't know who he is, but we're all relatively familiar with who he is, at least to like maybe the in-betweens, not the hardcores, not the casuals, but kind of in-betweens. We're familiar with who Boachuk is. So before we take a look at some of the other names on the card, Andrew, does this seem like a pretty decent main event? I mean, considering these type of club fights, type of events that Zuffa is putting on, this is not a bad main event, is it?
Is that a serious question, Miguel? Are you fucking with
Dude,
me?
Is it like a pro box club type of card?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're gonna try to force me to say something nice. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I wish?
You spit that venom, Andrew. You spit that fucking venom.
I wish that you guys out there, instead of looking how much Zuffa is paying, guys, we looked up what the numbers are on Zuffa. This is show number 6 or 7 now.
Six.
Yeah. So they should have a list of what their season has done. Dana called it the takeover, so show us the takeover. Stop telling me what the Saudi guy can write down on checks. We get that. They got good money over there. Great. What have they produced? Start asking for numbers. You might even want to ask Eddie Hearn the next time you're around him. He might have inside information for you, right? Where he's going to say it in a way like I'm hearing, but you could take that pretty much as they know. You know what I'm saying? They know what it is. Like, you can't say, you just take them for their word, dude. But I would start asking. This show number 6. Miguel, is this going to keep anyone home? No. They better hope there's a lot of guys out there that don't have moms, dude. the last time it was the day after Valentine's. Like, who's setting this shit up, man?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
You know what I mean? Like,
Shit.
it's almost like they're going. Are you going? I don't want to say. Are they cheaper time slots? Could it be when you're going after a major holiday, there won't be as much stuff on TV? I don't know. It just seems weird that they keep falling on these weird, obscure dates that you don't really see other sports landing on.
We should keep our eyes open for a possible Father's Day card as well. Let's might as well at this point, because it seems as though Sunday is generally the direction that Zuffa cards are going.
And go ahead and put a mental note. That's another question. Why not? Ask a promoter. Are the days, can you get fights on cheaper or easier on holidays? See what they say. They go, yeah, because no one's going to fucking watch it. No one wants to be on that date. What the fuck? Like, that makes sense. All right.
That is interesting. I wonder, because I mean, mind you, we're not talking about regular TV anymore, right? This is streaming now, so it's kind of a on-demand type of thing, right? So I don't know if that would translate exactly well to say, all right, well, Paramount or what DAZN, like Eddie, well, if you put on a fight on Sunday, does it change the numbers? The charge, I guess, for zone or anything like that. Like it just seems like it's going to be a slightly different environment with streaming services as opposed to a cable time slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, but you still want peak numbers because that's how you're going to sell this thing, get advertising. Hey, ask him. But I would think you still want your live numbers to be up there. You don't want the event sucked. Oh, but for the next week, at least 2 more million people watched. You want those 2 million on the live event because I think that could make your numbers go up for everyone that wants sponsorships behind the cameras, right? So, but I'm sure because of streaming and people being able to go back and watch, that has something to play with the money, has something to do with the money also through the commercials. But what was I going to say right now? What was I going to tell you right now? My kid just walked in, threw me off, damn it.
About asking the question about the dates, about ZUFFA06, the numbers.
Yeah, I think that's a good question because it is kind of weird that they're coming on Sundays and they come after holidays. This one being on a holiday, it's on Mother's Day. And this is what I was going to tell you. I like streaming, but it doesn't get me over. It doesn't take me away from wanting to see it live. I'm an old guy. I have to watch it live, bro. Like, I fucking hate when I have to stay away from my phone. I got to tell certain people not to fucking call me or tell me. As soon as you get that text, you're not even trying to read it. You're just like, don't fucking tell me anything.
Right? Or like you go to social media and you see you're like, oh, and you just like scan through it real fast. You're like, fuck it. Make sure you don't see anything. Yes. That happens.
Yeah, dude. So I hate doing all that and it just doesn't feel the same. Just like in football, I won't watch a game if I already know the score. Yeah, I'll watch highlights. I'll look at all the night, but I won't sit down and watch a 3-hour game when I already know the damn score. So,
right.
So I need it to be live.
All right. So there's only maybe one other name that I recognize on here, Misael Rodriguez. He's a Mexican Olympian, also super middleweight. He has fought on a previous Zuffa card, and he won, I think, pretty easy. I forgot if it was like first round or second round or something like that, but it was relatively easy. And I might be off on that specifically, but regardless, I recognize his name because I remember him being an Olympian, and then Zuffa signing him, and then him. Funny enough, in one of his post-fight interviews, saying, "Oh, I'd love to hold that Zuffa belt," which I thought was pretty fucking funny. But anyway, another super middleweight. Well, I guess they're technically middleweights here, right? I remember him being super middleweight, but there is no super middleweight in this version of Zuffa. So the more club fights, Meta Apex versions, but Andrew, when I was looking at some of the other prelims on here, I saw Justin Valoria, which I might have just confirmed is not related to the Hawaiian Punch, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it looks like, at least. I was trying to look, and I was like, "Who's his family members? Is he related to him?" And it's like, no. I mean, I was able to find, his family's name is like other people. I'm trying to think of like maybe uncles or something like that, right? Related to the Hawaiian Punch. Nothing there. So, because remember how we asked that question? They're like, I wonder if he's related to him, but it doesn't look like he is. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Very nice.
Yeah, figured I'd throw in the nice little fact check here. Dominic Valoria is the name of his dad. All right. But if you guys, as Andrew said it, if you don't have a mom and you have nothing to do on Sunday, by all means tune in to Paramount Plus and catch yourself some Zuffa boxing, because they need the numbers. All right.
We don't even know that though.
Well, I mean, we can guess by how hush they've been about it. I think we can come to that conclusion without the actual digits.
Nope. I got to see them. I'm just fucking playing. Whatever.
You have to know for sure.
Yeah. No. Hey, well, yes, because their boss, was screaming about this takeover. Everyone's screaming about this takeover. So I'm just wondering what the fans responded with. They had a pretty big fan base last time I checked, right?
Yeah.
UFC's pretty big, TKO's pretty big, WWE. So it's not like they didn't get this stuff out there. Matter of fact, every time I watch a wrestling event, I see a Zuffa fighter in the fucking stands now. So they're already doing that PBC-ish kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd like just to know what the numbers are on the thing, because we will see. It was only $2 million for the UFC, which is CEOs thinking gotta put him on suicide watch if that continues.
Right. Alrighty. So this other information here, which I thought was kind of tight. This is kind of we did briefly bring up Inoue in a previous story, of course, with Angelo Leo, right? Thinking he might be the first one that he would meet in the event. He moves up to 126. But Inoue and Nakatani they've made history with their which I believe they kept calling it the biggest fight in Japanese boxing history. And it turns out that the fans came through, because they managed to reach the fourth highest selling gate in boxing history. Holy shit. Let me go ahead and read this here real quick. The May 2nd, 2026 fight between Naoyi Inoue and Junton Nakatani at the Tokyo Dome has generated a massive live gate of over $30 million to $32 million, making it the highest selling gates in boxing, one of the highest selling gates in boxing history. The event, which saw Inoue retain his undisputed crown by decision, featured a packed crowd of 55,000. Holy fuck. All right, Andrew, 55,000 people tuned in or came in, stormed the Tokyo Dome in Japan, reaching a live gate of between 30 million to 32 million, making it the fourth highest selling gate in boxing history. Boy, the Japanese fans turned out on this one, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And this is the reason why I said I wouldn't be chasing belts if I'm Inoue. He's peaked. He can go back home, take on any fight, and wait for Bam. There is no reason to let a young champion. I don't care if everyone, oh no, he'll beat him. Don't need no champion as a warm-up fight. Right? Because one day you are going to wake up and you might be 32. And all that wear and tear and all that training and all that just hits you. So I'd rather see Rodriguez and him. I always wanted Inoue to fight Estrada, and we never got that fight. I don't want to miss the Rodriguez one too, right? Just because they're just not pulling the trigger. I don't know why.
Wait, you wanted who to fight Estrada?
Inoue.
Oh, Inoue. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yo, I remember you saying that shit even back to the fucking Fight Net Radio days. I still remember that shit. Oh, yeah. Damn, we didn't get that one, didn't we?
We never got that fight, man. I don't want them to miss it. I would hate to miss this one because we're over here giving champion shots at Inoue.
Yeah. Um, Now, the fight was okay. I mean, I guess the fans turned out right, but do you think the fight delivered to them? I mean, do you think they're going to be like, man, this is what we fucking paid for? The fight was even, or I mean, close at least at the beginning. Eventually, in a way, kind of pulled away, and the scorecards I think were 116, 112. I think there was 115, 113. So it was pretty clear that Nakatani took the L. In a way, got the victory, even though it was very highly anticipated, and there were a lot of people that were tuning in, at least over there, and paid to go watch this fight. Do you think it delivered? Like as far because I mean, I have to assume numbers wise over there, not just in attendance, but also viewership. I have to assume people tuned into that one. Haven't seen any numbers on that yet, but do you think the fight delivered to the fans, gave the fans what they wanted?
I'm going to say yes because he's a legend, Miguel.
Mm.
He's the good guy. I've never heard of Inoue being in a bad light over there in Japan, having any kind of troubles. So when the legend wins, he's undefeated. It just adds to his legacy. All of his fans get that much more confidence probably isn't the right word, but you understand when your guy wins and that's all he does is win, you'll never be mad. So
Yeah.
I think it did deliver because Inoue won. Now the fight might not have been that exciting, but at least their guy won at the very end, and they're all happy. They go to sleep happy. Now the guys that obviously thought, what's the young man's? How do you say his last name?
Nakatani.
Nakatani. The ones that bet on him obviously are upset, but I still think they bet on him probably most likely thinking he was going to be Inoue. Not that they really wanted him to beat him. It was more like a changing of the guard. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so with Inoue winning, nah, I don't see. I think it delivered. It absolutely. The fans are there, dude. Did you see that walk-in?
Yes.
One of the greatest walk-ins of all time, bro. I don't know who
Yeah.
old dude was, but he was jamming on that fucking guitar, man.
Mm.
Yeah, that was out of this. That was out of this world. That was crazy how he came in. Definitely a superstar over there. Wait, how much did he weigh? 118? What the hell?
122. So they're super
122.
bantamweight.
All
Yeah.
right. Oh yeah, it's the other one. It's Bam that has to move up, huh?
Yes, unfortunately, he is at 118.
Yeah.
Or no, he's going to 118 because if I'm not
Damn it.
mistaken, yes, like this fight that he's fighting Antonio Vargas in June in fucking Arizona, that's going to be his debut at 118. I want to say I'm almost certain he's fought at 112 for a very long time. When he got the opportunity for Sarang Visai and fucking Quadras and those guys, he moved up to 115. He moved back down one time at 112 for some fight that ended up fucking up his jaw. After he recovered, he moved back up to 115, and there was where he's been ever since up until now. So he's literally just making the jump to 118.
All right. Yeah, no, just keep thinking of Benavidez and Crawford, dude. He can do this. Give him one fight at 118 and then have him move right up and fight him. Benavidez did it, and he looked great, and so did Crawford, and he looked great against Canelo. So
Yeah.
it can be done.
And Bam is a special fighter. Like he is a special fucking fighter, right? So if anybody can do it, damn. It's oh shit. It's and does Bam fight Southpaw? He's fought Southpaw, right? Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I mean, maybe I'm I'm going back to the well, probably that Sam's left-handed shit maybe too many times. I don't know. But I suspect Bam will be able to utilize that a lot better, because he is much more smarter. His IQ is up there. So at least ring IQ, I should say, specifically, to be able to take on Inoue and maybe figure him out. Damn. What I mean, just taking a look at Inoue and Rodriguez, I guess the win, if Rodriguez beats Inoue, that would be a much bigger victory or much bigger event for him, much more important than Inoue beating Rodriguez, right? I mean, I know they want Rodriguez, but Inoue's kind of already accomplished it. So it's really Rodriguez, Bam, getting more. If I can figure out how to spit out that question, it would be more important, more significant for Rodriguez to beat Inoue than the other way around.
In America, in our circuit, yes. But no, I mean that's the ending of maybe they're the greatest Japanese fighter of all time if he beats Rodriguez that night. So Yeah, for Japan, I think there's a lot more on the line than. I mean, Rodriguez he's going to have a million excuses too, moving up so many weight divisions, right?
Mhm.
So no, it's good for us if he wins. It's another superstar we have over here in America. Bam will, but even though I don't see Bam moving up, now that we're kind of seeing much he's moving up to just to get to this fight, he probably stays at 122 the rest of his career. And that is kind of I don't know. There's not that many big fights there. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
so that would kind of that's the peak, I think, for him. Now, one thing that they would have is at least Nakatani can then go for the revenge kill, right?
Mhm.
So then they can maybe do a huge fight over there in Japan with them too. But yeah, no, I don't think I think both sides have an argument of why this fight is very important to them. And I think shit. I don't know. If for both of them, there's a lot on the line because Bam, you never like losing the biggest fight of your career, right?
Mhm.
That weighs heavy on the legacy and on the arguments when it's all said and done. So yeah, Bam definitely doesn't want to move up and just take a defeat. I don't want to act like that wouldn't be significant because it would make Inoue a damn near like Inoue and Ricardo Finito Lopez would probably turn into the greatest little man match of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it might already be there, but he really puts a period on it if he takes out Bam. That's like the guy that was supposed to take his
Mhm.
throne. And it's more significant than Mayweather Canelo because Bam is already a pound for pound. He's already
Mhm.
proven, right?
Yeah.
Canelo was like a one-time champ, fucking hella green. So
Yeah.
I think it's even more significant in that way.
Um, taking, I guess maybe putting the pounds under the microscope. Bam is at 115, right? He's making the move to 118 for his next fight. He'd have to move up to 122 for Inoue. However, from where he's at now, 115 to 122 is 7 pounds, kind of the equivalent of going from junior welter to welter. In this case, it's because of the small gaps in between the weight classes. Does this? I know pounds might mean more, and they are more significant to the smaller guys. But of looking at it like that, like you're just going from 147 to 154 or something like that, right? Whatever. Like, is that? It seems like it's more doable, no? Like it's not like he's doing Mosley going from lightweight to welter to fucking challenge Oscar. We are talking about only 7 pounds here. I know it's more significant with the smaller guys. It looks greater because you're like, oh shit, the home dude is looking like jumping up 2 weight classes, but it's only 7 pounds.
Yeah, no, I mean, Miguel, like I said, you have to keep reminding about Crawford moved up, what was it, 2 divisions, 14
Yeah,
pounds to take on a power puncher in Canelo. And Benavidez went 20 pounds, dude. Or
yeah.
is it 15? Is
Well,
it
I mean,
15 or
it was 15 because he
it was
weighed in at
15?
195, but still, I mean, the weight class is 20
Yeah.
pounds.
But that's that was significant what those guys did, man. I didn't think it can be done. I think in both fights we were kind of questioning the jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even though I liked Crawford, it was still like you just had in the back of your mind at any moment that power was going to come through on the lighter guy, the smaller guy.
Mm-hmm.
Never did, and David looked stronger. I don't know. He looked stronger at cruiserweight. Rodriguez might look stronger, 2 divisions higher, 7 pounds. Because now they take away. I like it how you say it. You're giving them 7 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that's put on the correct way, which we've seen most of these athletes seem to know how to do nowadays. It's not just by eating carbs, right?
Right.
So maybe he comes in stronger and he gets that power that he's been missing.
Mm.
Not a big fan of weight cuts right now with the way these guys are looking. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm, mhm.
hey, I know the divisions they're why they're there, but yeah, maybe guys should watch out how much they're truly starving themselves to try to get as low as they can when it's really not necessary.
Yeah, especially when the other guy's doing it too. So it's just basically like, oh, two middleweights fighting at junior middleweight. It's like, why don't you just fucking fight a middleweight for Christ's sakes? You know, it's like, are you really getting that much of an advantage over your opponent who is most likely cutting just as much as you? All you're doing is basically fucking up your kidneys by dropping down so much and then rehydrating 24 hours later. It seems like a dumb idea considering the other guy's doing the same thing. You might as well both just fight at the heavier weight class.
And here's another thing. Well, I guess until we see the belts unifying at multiple divisions not work and still make someone hundreds of millions of dollars, and we'll talk about Haney in a little bit, but I'm not going there. I can't, do I want to be the first guy that tries it? What I was going to say is maybe the future, a lot more guys are going to stay stationary at one division and just watch, but then you know, you might become Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins really didn't make money until he started moving and winning titles, right? That's when he really got popular. I know Trinidad started that off, but he did move up multiple divisions. And then they called him the king when he got to light heavyweight. So I don't know if that's even the right thing, is to stay stationary, but I definitely, there's probably no need to try to get someone to go 6 divisions. Probably it probably don't have to happen anymore.
Yeah.
Right. It looks like the way the belts are going, if fighters aren't going to be fighting them with them as much because they don't want to do sanctioning fees, you're going to see their credibility drop. Then why would you starve yourself just to fight lower? Right. You could just stay the kingpin of one division, have everyone come to you. The guy above you, he can drop down if he really wants it. You know what I'm saying? But might see a little bit more of that with the belts not dictating the zeros on the check.
All right. Definitely looking forward to that one. Hopefully we can get it made. I think I saw somewhere 2027, but I wouldn't mind seeing it if you know, this fight Nakatani, you know, with and Inoue taking place just on you know, last weekend in June of Bam has Antonio Vargas, so there's enough time to maybe, I don't know, September, October, you know, to get this fight crack-a-lackin', and most likely over there in Japan, of course. I mean, that's kind of where the money is right now, and people will tune in to do it. So go down there, and I believe that when the question was posed to Bam Rodriguez, he was like, "Yeah, he's gone there and has fought before." So I don't remember if he's fought there or he went with his brother Joshua Franco to fight there. So he's been there. He's not, you know, it's not like it's foreign to him or anything like that. And for a fight this significant and the kind of money that'll bring in, I don't see that being a problem. He's going to go to Japan most likely. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and talk about weight. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with Benavidez, and there's a lot of his name is being thrown around left and right. Of course, he's making the rounds on social media, granting a lot of people interviews. I even saw this one where it was just like this one video with a whole bunch of other people. It was basically a digital media scrum, essentially, is what it was, which does happen, of course. So they were asking a whole bunch of questions, right? You know, right now, and thankfully it has not picked up any real steam, but a lot of people are questioning the victory over Zurdo because of that damn accidental elbow. Look, not only do I think it was accidental because he didn't really mean to fucking crack him like that. Yes, sometimes fighters put that elbow out there, right? And sometimes if the guy happens to be there, then so be it. But I certainly don't think, and look, if you're good with elbows, you're throwing them frontward and backwards. I don't think he's good with them to be able to throw a back elbow and it land right on the fucking jaw. I don't think Benavidez is that excellent and that accurate with his fucking back elbows, for crying out loud. But my point is, not only was it accidental, but it was incidental. It completely was irrelevant. It's not like it made a difference. The fight was going in that direction anyway, where he was going to stop Ramirez. But everybody calling, I mean, look, this is bad. People are like, wow, he should be disqualified for the bullshit. Like, yo, relax. You know, I mean, I certainly hope it doesn't gain any more advantage, but or gain any more what's the word, leverage, I guess, and more people talking about it, because it really is irrelevant, quite frankly. And Andrew, you threw in Max Kellerman's name in there, talking about how like it was intentional, but I certainly hope this doesn't pick up any more steam, because it's really a moot point.
Yeah, but I also don't want guys throwing elbows in the ring now.
Well, yeah, right? But you think that's going to do that? You think that's going to?
Well, I mean, Max said it's a part of the sport, right?
Right.
So why would you know what I mean? I don't know. I guess it's part of the sport. You can clear the way as you come back. Clear the fuck? He's such a douchebag. Tell me you never been in the ring without telling me. The fuck?
Do you think like a back elbow and like a backhand jab will be like?
Yeah,
like can we do that? You know, like don't flick it out there. Like no, let's do one of those.
Like
maybe,
he was clearly clearing the way. I ain't mad at him. But he was clearly a little bit nervous on what maybe was about to get landed on him. Was like, whoa, yeah,
whatever was coming back. Sure.
Yeah, like he's very lucky. Zuro grabbed his eye and not his jaw. Or I think they would have been looking at a replay and there might have been something there. He's very lucky Zuro grabbed his eye. It must mean that the jaw wasn't affected that much by the elbow. Because I do think if he would have broke his jaw, you would have seen Zuro go, what the fuck? Instead of grabbing his eye. With that being said, I don't expect them to do a fucking thing. These assholes watched Roger Mayweather jump in the ring before the bell rang. They didn't do shit the next day. They watched Tank Davis take a knee, turn his back, tell the ref to take a break. They didn't do shit about it. They don't. When the fight's over, it's over. They got out of the arena. Everyone kept their money. They're good. So, and like you said, he grabbed his eye. It wasn't, it wasn't that significant. I'm telling you, if Zuro would have grabbed his jaw, what today's headlines might have been. Because I don't like the replay. Yeah, Max is right. He did do it on purpose, man. You see him, man. You see his arm. He's clearing the path. I'm like, dude, that's dirty as fuck. And not only that, have you seen the videos and all the elbows in the Caleb Plant fight?
In the Caleb Plant and Benavidez?
Yes.
No, I haven't. I'm gonna now.
That's what's gonna make Benavidez look bad in all this. Is they've got like 4 or 5 of them. It was like, oh shit, I did not see any of these live, but yeah, the homeboy uses his elbows a lot to clear the path.
What the fuck? No, I haven't. And in my defense, I was watching this at a Buffalo Wild Wing on a laptop with our buddy Lee Honish, RIP Lee Honish. We were watching it at a Buffalo Wild Wings on his laptop, so the screen was smaller. I was watching it there, half drunk a little bit, maybe eating some wings, so I didn't get all of it, but I was catching the majority of it. I have yet to watch it again on a bigger screen, but I'm gonna now actually, because has Plant even said anything about it? Has he come out and said? I mean, now that this happened with Zurdo, I mean,
yeah, no, he hasn't. But that's what makes Benavidez look worse is that they have now 2 fights where he's doing this. So all I'm gonna say is the next guy that fights him, he will not be able to do this tactic anymore. That whole thing that Max Kellerman's talking about is total bullshit, because you get caught throwing elbows like that, you will get a fucking point taken away. And if you hurt a fighter by you throwing an intentional fucking elbow, you will be DQ'd. There is no, oh, that's boxing.
But do you think anything like even in the future will happen to Benavidez or other people trying to attempt it? Because as you said, nothing ever happens, right? Nothing has happened, and no one's
not for this fight.
No, not for this fight, but for future Benavidez fights.
Yeah. Miguel, if you're the trainer of the guy that's going up against them, you're not going to talk about that during the press conference.
Hella people talked about Floyd and using the elbow, and no one did shit about it. Like, rarely did they ever give him any sort of serious warnings about it.
Yeah, I don't know if that. I mean, if you get a bunch of PBC, fanboys in there against Floyd and against Benavidez, then yeah, maybe they all stay in line and do their thing. Floyd didn't go outside of his loop at the very end there too many times, right? Everybody was kind of they've already allowed him to pick the gloves, do his, what do they say, shots in his hand, numbing shit in his hands. Like, they were signing up for it all. Like, they were getting diddied without getting diddied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the IV exceptions, I think it was, right? I forgot.
I want to say even game plans were even being discussed. I got no evidence, but I'm just saying, like, he just said, you're not going to move that much tonight, and people didn't move. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget he did deliberately come in heavy against Marquez too, and was very much willing to fork up the cash. Huh?
Got some crampies. Don't want to move. How about you just stand in front of me? All right, boss.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, let's just pretend you got a Charlie horse in your thigh and you can't fucking move. All right, I'll just cover with the other hand. Sure, why not?
So Benavidez is not that like, dude. Seriously, Canelo and Reynoso and them, they would not put up no shit like this. They would be
against Canelo. You best believe they'll.
Yeah, they'd be all over the referee. You better be watching it. Yeah, Reynoso probably has the power. He could do a Roger, get up on the ropes and during the round, and they wouldn't do shit. They'd be like, "Hey, Reynoso, just sit down." Yeah. He's not throwing in the towel. No. So that's what I mean about the future. I don't see Benavidez getting away with this again. And yeah, this is 2 big fights in a row where it looks like he is doing it intentionally. It's not a good look. It really isn't. And there was no need for it with Zuro. We was beating the hell out of him.
But it was a need, you kind of said, because like he was a little concerned with what was coming back.
Oh, I totally hear you, but he should have the confidence that he could eat whatever was coming back by that time. That's all. That's what I mean by that. No, he was trying to stop Zuro from hitting him. But bro, you didn't need to do that. Like nothing Zuro had landed up to that point looked like it was even phasing. You could just, it's just not needed. He's used to throwing his elbows. He learned how to do that, and it might be something he can't get away from. So if whoever's fighting him, make sure to grab the jaw when you go down. Zuro, the fuck? Zuro ain't fuck.
Yeah. And right after, too, because as soon as the shit, like you see his hair do this for a quick second, his face kind of jarred, and he's like, oh, fuck my shoulder. Like, no, yo, come on. I've seen plenty of, insurance fraud claims on fucking YouTube to know it'd be like, look, if you bend this way, it's the same as bending this way. You complain either direction. But funny that you threw that in there is that, if he fights Canelo will definitely say something. Well, if he fights Bivol, do you think Bivol will say something? Because apparently there's already talks, at least according to Benavidez in a recent interview, said that, by the way, there's already talks because he was asked, I believe it was Sean Sattel who asked him about the next fight, right? If he can get Bivol, or if Bivol and Better BF try to do their thing, will he try to go with Opetaya? It looks as though he has his eyes set on Bivol, so much so that there's already talks underway. Now, mind you, this is considering Bivol gets past his opponent later this month. I think the 30th of this month. He defends his belt there. I think that's like his mandatory, one of the mandatory challenges. I forget which one. But point is, he gets past him, and supposedly, I think Benavidez said it most likely can get done by like September, so maybe like a little bit later than that. And he has no problem about moving back down to 175, but he even threw in a suggestion on this video saying, hey, let's see if I can get Bivol to agree to maybe a catch weight at 190 and trying to make the fight for both the light heavyweight and the cruiserweight championships, sort of the way, who was that thing, Donnie Lalonde and Sugar Ray Leonard back in the 80s. I believe they fought for both the light heavyweight and super middleweight titles, WBC, if I'm not mistaken, trying to do something like that. I think that's what he was leaning towards. So he said, let's do a catch weight. But it looks as though Bivol might be on the radar. Is already, I should say, on the radar. Andrew, for question number one, if it is Bivol, do you think those guys are keen enough to like, yo, this shit better not be happening? I'm the champ. I say what the fuck goes.
Yeah, yes, I do. I just don't know if they have the star power to get something actually done about it, right? Unless it's out in front and changes the fight, nothing might happen. If it's like the Caleb Plant where he's secretly or getting away with it without Caleb making a big hussy fit about it, or then they just move on. Look, dude, the Bivol fight is a dangerous fight for him, especially if they make him drop the pounds. If I'm Bivol, I do not do no catch weight of any sort.
No, because Bivol showed some interest before about moving up to cruiserweight as well. So I figured that's the reason. That's primarily the reason that Benavidez even threw that suggestion in there, because he recalls hearing Bivol say he's interested in the future at cruiserweight. So it's like, all right, well, we can maybe kill two birds with one stone and kind of do it in between.
they can kill two birds with one stone. Put up your titles, and Bivol will move up and fight you for them. There, now we have a fight at cruiserweight. Like, there is no reason to do a catch weight. And if Bivol wants to be a cruiserweight, then go be a cruiserweight. Once again, I watched David Benavidez. I know I'm going to keep leaning on this shit, but miss me with all that. We need to warm up bullshit, dude. You know what I mean? Bivol's one of the best fighters in the world. He's been looking for a big fight. Let's move up and take on him as a cruiserweight, no catch weight. Or make him drop pounds, make him drop down to yours. I didn't think Bivol was a cruiserweight. I thought he was running out of options. Okay. If there's an option that he can stay at light heavyweight, hey, look, Benavidez said he'd come down for Canelo. I wouldn't move. I would not move from the division. That's where you're going to be your strongest.
Move from light heavyweight.
Move from light heavyweight. If I'm Bivol, I wouldn't move. I would use it against what he said that night. You said you'd come for Canelo, you'd come for me too, right? And he really doesn't have an option. Look, I don't think Opatai is on the radar right now because of the TV situation and what Opatai got himself involved in. And so he's out. There's really no one else at cruiserweight. And all this talk about Benavidez moving up to heavyweight to take on Usyk is fucking just stupid. The guy couldn't make 200 pounds. Now we're asking him to go 218.
Well, Usyk himself is not a big heavyweight either, mind you, because he was a cruiserweight himself. And granted, he spent much more time at heavyweight and has filled out into it there. But he himself is not that big of a heavyweight.
Oh, I totally hear you. But I'm saying he came in to fight Zuro at 195. He didn't even make the cruiserweight division. And now we're asking him to go to 218. What the fuck would he look like? You guys are really trying to make him fat again. You know what I mean? You guys are making him eat, man. That was your guys. The boxing I'm talking about, Miguel. Yeah. But so I don't even think that's doable. I really don't. Unless he's just gonna go in there overweight and look hella sloppy like fucking Tyson Fury. That's what he's going to look like. He's going to have some love handles for sure on the side of him. No, I don't want any of that.
James Toney looking like.
Yeah, no, you move down. You either move down or you stay at cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And fucking start picking on Opatai. I don't know. Start maybe building that fight because obviously Turkey's going to keep him busy, right? Maybe you can build the fight. Look, Miguel, at some point, somebody's going to have to find out how these fighters are going to transition from Zuffa title to $10 million a fight. How does that work? They haven't told us how that's going to work yet. We're all smart, right? We're not dumb. We know these guys that they've been signing aren't fighting for Zuffa titles. Right. So how is Dana gonna get Sugar Shane Mosley to fight Conor Benn one day?
Right.
That's what. And how is Opatai gonna fight Benavidez? I guess I should have used that one. Shit, I was talking about. But how?
Well, I mean, it's still the other one still makes the point. Yeah.
Yeah. How are we gonna get these fights made? But that's the big fight for Benavidez at cruiserweight right now.
Sure.
Zuro really wasn't it, right? If Opatai never signs with Zuffa, it would have been Opatai would have been the guy he was gunning for. So that's still there. That potential of a huge fight is still there because they're both cross over stars from different parts of the world. So if I'm David, I think I stay at cruiserweight. I fill in, and I'm trying to gun. Hey, maybe Turkey buys Opatai's contract out or something. Maybe he tells Dana White what to do. I don't fucking know. But, maybe he goes, you know what? No, this is the only fight we have. I want him out of the Zuffa rankings until.
They'll make it work. I mean, we just saw Conor Benn and Regis. Regis isn't a Zuffa guy, right? So clearly they can make it happen. And to throw in the shameless plug one more time, guys, check out that video I was telling you about. Napoleon Bonaparte is the YouTuber. He talks about some of the Zuffa contracts, talking about how coercive they are and how bad. Check them out. It's a really good video. It's called "You Don't Hate Zuffa Boxing Enough." That's the name, or we don't hate it. That's the name of the video. But he talks about the contracts. having likelihood or what's called livelihood ownership over fighters' tattoos. Like it's bad, It's like
Oh, wow.
if a fighter rejects a fight, his contract automatically renews, extends. If you for as many times as you fucking reject the fight, it gets that longer, dude. It is crazy. Some of these fucking contracts, stuff they have on here. But anyway, check that video out.
Remember when I said they were looking for the guys with a certain IQ?
Yeah. Well, and look, and here's the thing, and I know that, and they talked about it in this video too. If you're a champ and you defend the belt on your last fight of your contract, that shit extends. That's why when I first heard that this is a one-fight deal, supposedly with Conor, I was like, yo, Dana doesn't do one-fight deals. There had to have been something there for him to be like, all right, if you win this one fight for $15 million, you automatically renew for another 6. Cool, boom, whatever. Right. So anyway, I don't know if that's the case, but
that's hella funny though. You renew for 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right? It's just because there's a lot of the fighters saying, like the contract saying this is not like a leaked fake contract. It's like an actual fighter and the contract that was, I think, the Daily Mail, one of the websites got a hold of them. But anyway, that's that. But my point is, yes, we saw Conor Benn and Regis. That clearly was not a. I mean, Regis was not a Zuffa fighter, and Conor was. What I'm trying to say. So. They can make it happen. It's the equivalent of them being another promoter, really, frankly.
So now they're going to make it happen, but it will have to happen on pay-per-view, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no way they're giving that one up for free on fucking Paramount.
Yeah. And I don't think there's going to be too many of these fights they're going to give us for free, but that one definitely with David Benavidez has to be pay-per-view. So they run into we run into this roadblock again with. I don't think we're getting away from pay-per-view, dude. And I think Turkey's taking us even further down the pay-per-view than we were already at.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be spending way more money going this route.
Yeah. That's a very real possibility. And I guess to avoid that, maybe Bivol will be the way to go. I mean, that seems as though, and of course they're going to be able to make that fight a little bit easier without having to deal with Zuffa's nonsense. So I can anticipate that one being it. And Benavidez himself says, hey, I don't have a problem going back to 175. He was asked about this on this interview, and he said, yeah, I can definitely go back down there. I just need a little bit more time, which is why he said September probably isn't realistic because he's going to start the training camp a little bit earlier. He's on vacation right now and so on and so forth. But he said he can definitely make it with enough time.
Who's Bivol with right now? Is it with Eddie?
I want to say, yeah, he's on DAZN, and he's not.
He's on DAZN, and PBC just signed with DAZN.
Yeah,
they're going to be on paper. They're going to be on paper. Oh, I thought that happened.
No, it hasn't been announced yet. I mean, that seems to be the direction they're going because even this most recent fight this is DAZN because of Surdo, but I want to say it hasn't been officially announced yet, at least not by PBC and Al Heyman or anybody who's ever been involved with that. They're still Prime, as a matter of fact, I think you can actually, I'm not sure, but I think you could have ordered this fight on Prime as well. I think, I don't remember right as I'm talking about Benavidez and Surdo. But anyway, yeah, as of right now, I don't think there's been an official announcement, but that's just kind of the word.
Well, I think it makes sense too, now that you have David linked to Bivol so fast after the fight also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That they could be that Al Heyman's already talking with Eddie.
Mm-hmm. And this is let's see here. If you guys recall, May is a pretty stacked, month of boxing. With at the end of May coming in, Dmitry Bivol. This is going to be his IBF mandatory challenger, Michael Eifert, on May 30th. This is going to be in Russia, so the fight's going to be on DAZN. But it seems as though that's the direction they're going. All right, Dmitry Bivol, if he speaks English well enough, I'm sure he's a fan of the show. Make sure to tell your people, hey, keep an eye on those Benavidez elbows, guys, because, if I get cracked with one of those Benavidez elbows, you best believe I'm going to soccer, I guess, flop this one. And chances are, and look, this dude, Bivol, he's a rough dude. He's Russian. Those Russian motherfuckers are rough, man. Those guys will take elbows. They'll take headbutts. They'll take a lot of fucking shit, right? But in this case, with a big enough dude like Benavidez, it's not the best idea to show your toughness here. It might be smart for you to, let the referees and the judges know ahead of time, hey, keep an eye on those damn elbows because hopefully they listen to him. Hopefully he has enough pull that they can do that and maybe reprimand, maybe even potentially take a point away from Benavidez if this gets, thrown out beforehand.
I definitely think if he is to hurt someone while being caught on a replay doing it the way that he does it, it might be a DQ. There could be nothing else they could do but DQ him, bro, because it looks like he's doing it intentionally, and now the guy won't continue the fight. That's all he needs is someone to go, nope, not getting up, jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even
or anywhere, wherever the elbow lands. If the elbow lands up here, and he's like, shit, fuck it, do that. Because you don't know what direction is coming. Like maybe the dude is ducking and it ends up cracking him on like the hairline or something like that, right? Something along those lines.
Yeah. He will ruin a big fight with that nonsense, man.
Yeah, definitely clean it up for sure, no doubt. All right. Anything we want to add to that before we move on to the next topic? This is the one that you've been waiting for, Andrew. You've been dying to throw this one out there. You've been hinting at it the last couple of stories, but I guess we can just go ahead and get to it. Bill Haney decided to go to social media to let everybody know. I mean, I don't know. If I had a lot of money, Andrew, and I don't, but if I did, I certainly would not announce it to the fucking world. I know what he's trying to do, but definitely not. Hell, even if my good buddy had it, I'm not going to announce it like, yo, my buddy's the smartest guy out there. He's got $700 million. He lives at so street, right? But according to Bill Haney, went to social media and says, new deal worth over $100 million before 30 years old. Talking about his son, of course, Devin. Who's your manager? Rick Meridian? No, okay. Anyway. All right. So he also says, and still, they say everything except let's fight. I'm not sure specifically who he's talking about there, but he says, Devin Haney is the best welterweight in the world. Goes on to further say, the business will test you. People will doubt you. Do the Devin Haney. I'm not sure what. I mean, I suspect I know what he means by do the Devin Haney, which I guess is what we've seen before with money. Floyd Mayweather going in here and saying, hey, I robbed the bank. I got what I need to get done, and I'm out the sport. I robbed the bank. I did what I wanted in the sport. This is, I'm simply connecting dots what Bill Haney is referring to when he says, do the Devin Haney. Go in here, get your money, and get the fuck out of here. Sounds great on paper, but, who the fuck knows if and it just not anybody can pull this thing off. But anyway, Andrew, there have been rumors and all over social media, of course, that both Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez have signed with ZUFFA. We've heard this about Teofimo for a while already. Who knows if it's true? Now, according to what Bill Haney here is saying, he didn't say specifically what this new deal is worth. We can anticipate. I mean, we can guess it was with Turkey and that version of ZUFFA and not the Meta Apex version of ZUFFA, Dana White's version of ZUFFA. But he didn't specify in these tweets. If your dad comes out and says it, is it true, Andrew? I mean, do we have to just all right, if you're hearing it from the horse's mouth or as close to it, I guess it has to be true, no?
About the contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, he would look like a damn fool if they haven't signed it and he's announcing it. So you would have to think that Devin has signed somewhere for $100 million. Now, because all the other promoters in boxing have brains, we're expecting it to be ZUFFA.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he wouldn't have gotten this money anywhere else. It's like a no-brainer for the Haneys. Everyone said, I'm out. So, I don't know. Cool for them. But where's the money going to be in the positive?
Yeah.
Five fight deal. At 5 fights, you're looking at, what is it, 20 million a fight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 4 fights, 25 million.
So you gave him a $4 million raise because he beat Norman What's that kid's name?
Brian Norman Jr.
Brian Norman Jr. gave him a $4 million raise from the $16 million per fight you're giving him. Guys, this is after they said they signed Berlanga for 5 fights, $20 million. I really wish you guys would look up TV ratings more than you would with these rumored payouts. But start asking Turkey who's going to be on the same card and who's paying for that. Did Floyd ever have $20 million co-main events?
And mind you, he beat Brian Norman for 1 belt. If he unifies, how much?
Oh, no, they bought out. Oh no, I can't see them getting any. Dude, is it on viewerships, Miguel?
Oh shit! Hold on. You cut out there. What?
Oh, sorry. Maybe on viewerships, they would get a possible increase in money. Mm-hmm. But I want to say this: when you sign with Turkey, that's what you're making. I don't know. I can't see that, dude. When does it stop? If I'm the prince, I got to be telling Turkey, when does it fucking stop, dude? You're giving them $20 million, and now you're telling me they're going to get a raise because they get more belts? This guy doesn't put 10,000 people in a fucking stadium. No, it's phony money. You guys, this is such BS. It's all BS. I'll tell Bill Haney that too. Show me his ratings. Hey, if Devin Haney was the most viewed fucking boxer, you don't think his dad would have posted that? He posted his fucking check. Right? I'm just saying, what is it? Show me the worth, man. The worth in all of these guys. What did Teofimo do in his last one? I always put an L in there. What did he do in his last fight? You know what I'm saying? We don't hear shit on these ratings. What did that New York fight do? What was the big? Do you remember when Top Rank used to put out what Manny Pacquiao's what was it? His demand, what he would drive in Las Vegas? Do you remember the news used to write gambling was up this weekend? What's that? Baccarat?
Yeah, Baccarat.
Yeah. It seems $20 million was made at the MGM just on that. They used to announce 63% up on slot machines. They would announce his influence in Las Vegas, right? The Philippines, there wasn't a fucking crime that happened. Half the country, or more than half the country, was watching. Where is it for anything that Turkey and them are doing right now? Where is it at? In the social media life that we have, every number that they get, why isn't it posted the next day? We're on show 7 on Turkey. I'm talking Turkey too. I give a fuck about Dana White anymore, you guys. I really do. That dude's so old. Turkey, where are his numbers on this shit? All the money that he's put in. Where's the report? This is what Riyadh season has done. This is what the Ring magazine has done. Nothing. All we keep talking about is how much money they're making. How much money they're making. I ain't seen no one make shit. I seen oil company guy come over, oil country guy come over here and spend some money, but I ain't seeing nobody make shit.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because I can't anticipate. I mean, we talked about it. How can they continue to do this? At what point is there a stop? It's all right, no, we're not going to give Devin, 25 mil or 20 mil per fight just because, he's Devin, or just because he beat Brian Norman, or just because XYZ. There has to be some reason behind it. This is going to make their heads so fucking inflated. The guys, it's going to be over the top. If you can't, if what we're seeing right now with some of these fighters being divas, dude, this is going to be so bad. This is going to be over the top, worse than that.
Look at Bill Haney. How long did it take for Bill Haney to come to social media and brag about his shit? Mm-hmm. So, and 100 million really isn't a lot of money if you are the face of boxing. That's another thing that doesn't make any sense. Bill acts like 100 million is hard to create in boxing. It's not. Oscar De La Hoya was making 100 million a fight. Floyd Mayweather was making 100 million a fight, easy.
Yeah, and making it.
This isn't a year. This isn't a fight. Oscar was doing it in a year when he was out of the Olympics. A few years out of the Olympics, he was already generating this much money in a year. You're talking about a contract? Could be years. Fuck that. Like, who are you bragging to, bro? You know what this sport is? Did you hear how much money Mike Tyson made? Did you hear how much money even Ray Leonard and Duran, when they were saying they were making like 30 million, 28 million, 1980, what it was be equivalent to today? Like, this sport has been making money. What the fuck are you talking? Like, oh, $100 million contract. How many fights? How many fights, Bill? Is that one fight? Because Floyd used to get it for one. So is it one fight or is it 5? Is it 6? Because you're never gonna see that money. You're never gonna see that money. Once again, bro, I can't wait. You need to go to Zuffa's. Oh, you gotta take your mom out. See, they're stupid. You gotta went there and ask questions. I need to know when Zuffa's are gonna start putting on cards, like legit, real cards, right? The Conor Ben wasn't one. That wasn't Zuffa. That was some other dude, Mike Brown, Tyson Fury's manager. I don't know, that guy. You took it over. You signed some fights. Announced something. When's it coming? It's going to be insane to see who's on this card and how much money this card is going to be worth. Are they really going to brag that they have the most expensive guaranteed purse of all time? And then watch as they blacken out top rows of the deck of the arena that they're in. It's very lazy how boxing is being reported right now. We need to ask stronger questions. We need to get better stories. I don't give a shit about what Bill Haney's contract is worth. I want to know the details on it, right?
Yeah.
Give us the fights. Give us who it is. You're just talking about money. That's how they get them every time, too. That's how I bet you they only gave Bill Haney the money page. They were like, this is a thick contract. Yeah, you don't want to see all that. Look at that one. There's your money right there, Bill. He's like, oh, fuck. Can I take a picture of this? First thing you thought about was getting likes on fucking social media, I bet you.
Yeah. It's like, do I have to take it to my lawyer? No. Just look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers. You go ahead and
Yeah.
You don't have to take it to your lawyer. You're good.
Are those numbers what you wanted?
Yeah.
Huh? What is that, Chris Rock? Go buy yourself some rims, Shaq. Remember that Chris Rock stand-up? That was good. That was a classic one.
Shit.
For you guys that don't know, you youngsters, go watch it. I hate when I crack jokes and like all the young guys in my job are like, "Nah, I never seen that, bro." I'm like, "Fuck you guys, man. Fuck you."
That's why I don't hang around younger people.
Yeah,
because they don't understand the references, and that's all I got. Because I can't throw in some fucking reference that I know. It's like, oh yeah, that's a 90 Day Fiance. Like, fuck, I don't know what the shit. I don't watch that shit. I don't get trying to think of like modern shows. Like, oh, was that a Roblox reference? You're so funny. Like, oh fuck. Like, no, I don't fucking want. I don't know what the hell that shit is. Oh, is that a K-pop reference? No, it's not. I don't fucking know your shit. But that is a very interesting point. Who are these fights with? Who who are they like? All right, cool. You're gonna go with that Crocker dude or Crocker, what the fuck his name is, for the unifying 25 mil, 20 mil. Like, really? I can't imagine that being the case.
Yeah, and where is it gonna get generated from? And like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. We won't know until we start seeing it work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're signing everyone. That's cool. Or it's going to be a company. Like, you can't give us one fight and then the rest of the card be dog shit because tickets aren't selling. Your boss is telling you he's tired of fucking losing money every time you go out there. Yeah, man, we'll see. They need to have a sit down. Someone needs to have a sit down with Dana and have him discuss why Zuffa is buying guys that are $100 million when that doesn't fit. So Dana could then come out of it and go, oh, it's him. Turkey's really doing that side of Zuffa. It's not has nothing to do with us really, because we all kind of know it. We just don't have the them to confirm it to us, right? Right now, I don't think that freaking any of the guys that are fighting for the Zuffa title are in line to fight Devin Haney. There's no way that's the game plan. And if it is, dude, you so got fucking jobbed signing for that Zuffa title. If you're telling me you can still make $16 million and fight for the Zuffa title,
and I can't imagine like them having a welterweight who was just like fighting on these Zuffa cards that, you know, maybe doesn't get that many views on Paramount, and then boom, he's in there against, you know, fucking Devin Haney or Teofimo, whoever the fuck, and it's like, all right, cool. Now this is gonna be a great fight. You know, I try to sell us on this fight when we know who Devin is because of his history, but we have no idea who the fuck this other guy is.
The other guy is, yeah. No, we won't. It's we got to see it work before I say it's gonna work, man. I don't buy into it. I don't even know what's going on with the two companies so far. I don't know if Turkey is buying these guys to try to line up a stable to like go after whoever's left. Maybe he's making a stable of guys to go defeat Eddie Hearn and Golden Boys guys, right? Is that what he's doing? But I thought taking over the sport had to make your own ranking system, sanctioning body. You were the promoter, you were the ranking, you were everything. I thought that's what they meant when they opened up Zuffa. What I'm hearing through rumors, nothing confirmed yet, is it sounds like they're promoters.
Yeah.
The guys that they're signing are saying they're still fighting for titles.
And still continue to say they want to fight for titles.
I thought that wasn't happening. So someone needs to sit down with fucking with Dana or Turkey, man, and try to get this thing straightened out on what side of the fence they're really on with this moving forward with this company. Don't think it will work unless they play ball.
Right. Which I mean, it's I don't see it working with so many other promoters out there, with so many other fighters out there, and all of them being okay with the current system of the sanctioning body belts. It just seems like we're talking about these possibilities. For example, Jai Opetaia, right, and Benavidez, we talked about it earlier. That one seems highly unlikely because we know for sure that Opetaia is already tied down to Zuffa, and he's already fought on this fucking Meta Apex card. I don't think they're willing to work with PBC there. Zuffa, I'm talking about. And mind you, I know we're talking about two different Zuffas here, the Dana one and the Turkey one, but it just I don't, like you said, we have to see it work. And not just work, I guess, but be successful, right? Like, I guess it's not just being able to put the fights on, but actually being successful, selling good tickets, you know, doing good numbers online and everything like that. So it isn't just a matter of making it happen, although that is important, but actually seeing it be successful too.
You know, another roadblock that I see moving forward. What happens if the other promoters don't want to do the fight because Teofimo is supposed to make $15 million that night, or Devin Haney is supposed to make $20 million? You know, they have to take a piece of that risk, right? Because they're going to go, okay, well, my guy wants this low ball at $8 million, right? So 20 and 8, we're $28 million in the hole. But Eddie knows for a fucking fact, every other promoter knows for a fact that Devin ain't fucking making no 20 million. That Devin should not even be making that money. Why would they go, you know what, I'm going to sign up for this?
Right.
Knowing that they're going to be in over their heads. You get what I'm saying? Like, there has to be an agreement that Turkey's like, no, we're just splitting what revenue comes in. I'll worry about his guaranteed purse. Because if I'm anyone else, I'm laughing at Devin's contract, right? That's what they're hoping. Miguel, they're hoping at the end of this they can all laugh. Right now, they laughed at Conor Ben, right? Right now, they laughed at Opetaia, right? So until one of these guys might go undefeated for 5 years, then he's laughing at them. But that's not the case yet. I don't know if I sign up my fighter to unify with him. Why? Now we have to make 40 million, 35 million before anyone makes a dime, and we have a fighter that's not even going to make you 10 million at the gate. Oh, we'll put it on pay-per-view. Fuck.
We'll put on the zone pay-per-view.
That's why they're going to blame it on DAZN, dude, and they're going to keep all that shit. So they'll give the rich boxing fans that pay the 500, you guys will get everything for free, and that might be the way to go. In this world that I'm predicting right now, it might be smarter just to subscribe to DAZN for the $500 a month. It really might. Yeah, Miguel, because I can't see them fucking going, oh, you're not only a gold member, but we need you to buy this extra pay-per-view because, you know, it's just that one's not on your gold membership. No, I don't see them doing that, dude. If you buy the top fucking package, you're in. They're looking for all of us dipshit fans that go, I ain't buying that. $500, yeah, right. And we can't do our math, right? Because when you really do the math, if they're going to be putting on this many fights and this many of them are going to pay-per-view, it's better to pay for the 500. Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I remember at the very beginning of us talking about this ultimate package or whatever the hell they called it. I forget what they named it. And they talked about the amount, the dollar amount, and we're like, okay, that's a lot of fucking money. Who are watching? You know, you asked this question specifically. I mean, you brought up this point. We don't even know who's on these cards, and we're already paying for the pay-per-view, so to speak.
I know.
And it's like I remember hearing. Or maybe it was the commercials, Eddie Hearn saying, yeah, you get 12 pay-per-views a year or however many pay-per-views, right? And it's like, this is one of them, Wardley and fucking Dubois, because they kind of have to fill slots, right? I mean, they already have the dates, or them, you know, figuratively speaking, but they already have, oh shit, we're at May, you know, we're in early May. We still have 7 more pay-per-views we have to come through. It's like, fuck, I don't know who else. Let's get Joseph Parker and fucking, you know, Wilder. Yeah, sure, put them in there or whatever. You know, whom I know they're.
Yeah, yes. No, I hear what you're saying.
We're at the point where it's just like, fucking hell, we need to have pay-per-views for these fans that already have purchased into this fucking package.
Yeah, no, that it's gonna get weird. It's going to get weird because there's a lot of money. I don't know if the other promoters can keep up. I really don't. They might be at the mercy at the negotiating table because Turkey, and until the king tells Turkey or the prince, whatever he is.
Yeah. The crown prince, I think, is the
crown
prince,
yeah. Right.
And they mentioned on that video, FYI, just another plug. But anyway, yes, the crown prince.
I know. I need to check that thing out. I actually looked for it. I'll talk to you after.
Sure.
Until he says, because he's gonna keep covering the bill. He's gonna keep covering the bill to make these fights, and then he's gonna act like he's a big dog, right? Because he's making them. We know they're losing money, but at the very end, possible that he puts everyone in a crunch because of the dollars. Like, how do you not go over there, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, how can you defy? How long can you stop it? I mean, how long can you not go over there? I guess how long can you stand on your own?
Yeah, because and I told you guys this. I don't think it's for everyone. You want to get over there early to gobble up this money, because I'm telling you, Miguel, once these shows kick off and the crown prince sees that they're fucking tarping off tops of arena and everyone's not Floyd and they're not selling out and it's not an NFL football game like Max Kellerman said, this is the closest we've ever been to it's not going to be that. There will not be 70,000 seats at every venue getting sold out. When he starts seeing all that, that money is going to stop. They are going to put a hold, and then they're going to rethink their fucking investment into boxing. But until that happens, how do you not at least call these guys and go, yeah, I'm Arnold Barbosa. What would you guys give me? Oh, we'll give you like 8 million. Fucking gone. Fuck you, Oscar. I'm out. Right? All of a sudden he's got a problem. Mm-hmm. Where is he going to make $8 million at? You know? One of these, I'll give you 5 million. All Oscars and them are paying them are 1.5 million, maybe 2 million. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna win it out. With the path that they're doing right now, I can't see how they don't win this battle because it seems like already the promoter. I think this is why Dana was probably saying it was easy. It's like taking candy
Well,
from
it
his
has
face.
to be. I mean, because it
Well,
certainly isn't the fucking numbers that Zuffa's doing on Paramount.
and all he's doing is watching his boss write numbers.
Right.
He's not doing any of the writing, so he's getting a hard on off seeing Turkey write fucking numbers. So, but I think that's what he meant by
Yes,
they can't.
it has to be that. There's
Yeah.
no that he can't mean any other way. Like this is exactly what he's talking about with the kind of funding these motherfuckers have and the kind of money that they can put into them. They can buy up these fighters. That what else can they mean? I mean, that certainly isn't like oh shit, these guys are really trying to go to a bidding war over whomever, Conor Ben or something.
Yeah, and it would yes. No, I think that's very much how can you bid anything? They gave Conor Ben 16 million. That was 8 million more than what Eddie gave him for the fucking fight of the year, bro. And that was the rematch.
Yeah, right. And it's funny that you brought up Eddie. Did you hear all the stuff that he was talking about Conor saying all this shit about after the fact? Now, of course, spilling all the tea as the young cool folks. See, I'm hip. See, I know the terminology. Spilling the tea on Conor, right? Talking about all the bills that he paid for Conor, right? The money that he lent him, stuff like that, right? Yeah, I thought that was just. I mean. Again, is very Oscar De La Hoya, right? When he was talking about how he helped Virgil Ortiz and his pop, stuff like that. Like, yo, if you're gonna fucking help him. Don't fucking hold it over the head so you can spill it later.
Yeah, no, most definitely. That's why I think that's the only time we're gonna get real numbers is when we have breakups like that and someone's just butthurt and wants to go out and hurt the other side. So yeah. We will see. We will see what happens. I can't wait until Zuffa puts on their first card. I mean, come on, we have a few fighters now, right? Berlanga, Hitchens, possible Lopez, Haney. Like, let's do a card already. I can't wait to see this fucking train wreck. I'm dead serious. It's gonna be like, I can't wait until we hear it's the most money ever guaranteed to a fight card. Yay for Turkey! Yay for Dana! And then fucking nobody show up, bro. Just like they did in fucking New York. And just like they do for all of our pay-per-views lately. We have one pay-per-view, Miguel, that mirrors what we were doing in the 90s and early 2000s. We have fucking one.
Yeah.
Think about all the cards that have went on in boxing, dude. We have one fight where it went viral as far as old school pay-per-view viral.
And even though today's Wednesday, usually the numbers come out on Tuesday. I haven't seen anything about Benavidez and Zurdo either, as far as like pay-per-view.
Yeah, no. And Turkey, heads up, you might want to get boxing back into casinos. That might be the first thing you want to do before you buy all these fighters. It's kind of hard to get people to watch your fight when the casinos are rejecting the sport. I didn't watch the fucking Benavidez fight in Reno, Nevada. I know I said this last week, but I want to say it again. I want it out there as many times. Reno, Nevada is in the same state as the fight was in, Miguel, and they blacked us out. How the fuck is that legal? I gambled on the fight, and the fight was in your guys' state. And I got, what is it called? Blacked out. No. What are they?
Yeah, it's a blackout, right?
Blackout, all right.
They deliberately not air it in that particular whatever the hell radius or whatever.
I think that should be fucking illegal. Like, you're a gambling state. How do you're taking money from people? Talking about come back and just check or what? Watch on your phone?
They're like, do you have a phone? All right, now pay $500 for this package, ultimate package on the DAZN, and you can watch it without having to come here.
That should be Turkey's number one to do on his to-do list is to see to get boxing as many eyeballs as it can. Well, you know what? Why don't you go buy some fucking time in the casinos? I know he probably can't be in there, but you know what I'm saying. Get the casino owners to put us back on the TV, dude. Whatever check you have to write to get that done. Hey, Caesar's looking for money too. Could probably walk it in.
Oh, right, exactly. And probably get it dirt cheap, right? Compared to because of how desperate they are in this situation right now.
Yep.
Motherfuckers. Are there any? Oh, I mean, I guess I should know more, but are there any like these casinos here in Las Vegas that are owned by like Arabians or Saudi Arabians?
I don't
Arabs?
I don't think so, but I don't know who all the board members, right? We probably are wrong. There's probably a hell of them that are involved, but no, it's just MGM Properties and the Caesars Properties, right?
Yeah.
Bought up a majority of the strip.
Yeah, those are the primary ones. Yeah, right. All right.
And then you see this weekend, or yeah, I think it was this weekend. Another Northern California. It was on the Pauly C show. That Northern California Grayton expanded to a non-smoking side of the casino, and over 2,000 people showed up. And Pauly C was like, "This cannot be good for Vegas." And I'm telling you, Miguel, I see it all the time, dude. In California, it's amazing how many gamblers there are out here, and how much California has taken away from Nevada and like Reno. It always blows my mind how many of us had to drive to Reno. Like, bro, I don't remember the last time, and I know I'm probably jinxing the shit out of myself, but like traffic coming home from Reno. Remember, like back in the day, dude, you had to be out of there by a certain time, or you weren't getting fucking home. You know what I mean? It was gonna be locked up. That shit is not around anymore. And then Pauly C was talking about how the Indians own all their casinos. They own the land that they're on. And Vegas doesn't.
And just more news. I think I saw it on Pauly C's Pauly C, I think is his name. He on Instagram. It looks like Prim, the state line, Prim, Nevada.
Yeah.
All those casinos are finally closing down, and all their employees just got notice. So if anybody is from California and wants to gamble, they have the Indian reservations, the San Manuel, and the other ones that are, I think, near San Diego. I think they are. I forget where they're at. But anyway, point is those, and now they're not here anymore. They're closing down for sure. The Prim, Nevada ones.
Yeah.
Well, fucking hell. All right. Anything else you want to add to that one before we finish off the show on this kind of a unique story that I want to throw in here at the very end here?
All right, go ahead.
So, Andrew, I know you've been swatting this idea down like a fucking volleyball. But some time ago, IVB or iVista Boxing announced, I think this was January, that they're going to hold an event in San Francisco to break attendance records. Right? They've been pretty quiet recently, and we've been hearing slight rumbles, nothing major. Well, when we first heard that they were planning to put this show on, and we're thinking, well, who the fuck could they put on this show that'll make this many people show up, to break this record, right?
You have the name.
I have the name. If I can pronounce it. Anthony Olasquaga.
Oh, fuck.
Defending his WBO flyweight title against Andy Dominguez.
No.
Now, I'm familiar with this guy, Olasquaga, right? I know him because I saw him on an Inoue undercard and put on a great fight. Fun fight as fuck. I know the small guys don't get as much notoriety because of the size, but fun fight. This will most likely be a great fucking fight. Nobody knows who the fuck these guys are. Nobody's gonna, and I believe the headed by Ed Pereira said the fights or the tickets go on sale later this week, Friday, I think they said. So I don't know if they anticipate selling out this Civic Center Plaza in San Francisco come July 11th, but tickets go on sale, Andrew. We thought about attendance and thought, what? How else are they going to pack it up in there unless, number one, they make the tickets dirt cheap, or number two, just frankly free? Well, they're not free. Clearly, right. I'm interested, Andrew. I'm interested. I don't know if I'd make the trek over there, but I kind of want to see what this thing is going to fucking look like. If for nothing else, the sideshow freak show aspect of trying to break this fucking record. These guys are already small as it is. They're flyweights, 112 pounds. If we're in a packed area with a fuck ton of people, it's going to look like Crawford and Canelo in the middle of the ring and me in the nosebleeds at Allegiant Stadium. I think that is how I'll see them, like little fucking ants. These guys are already small as it is. But I'm going to go ahead and read this brief ESPN article here. IVB, the live sports entertainment organization headed by Ed Pereira, has announced the main event for the organization's ambitious plans to break the world record for attendance at a boxing event. Anthony Olasquaga defending his WBO flyweight title against Andy Dominguez at Civic Center Plaza, July 11th in San Francisco. The event is billed as history in the making, will be streamed live on YouTube and co-promoted by Samson Lukowitz. We did mention that last week, or I think on the Sunday card, that he's going to be the one primarily heading this, or the primary promoter. And of course, Pereira. Lukowitz is credited for discovering Manny Pacquiao and has helped guide Hall of Fame careers of Sergio Martinez, as well as budding stars, ESPN's number 4 pound for pound David Benavidez, and I believe even Fundora as well. But anyway, IVB Boxing went ahead and posted this recently. The main card for a record-breaking San Francisco show has been revealed. History in the making, yada, 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 yada. Now, he did also say on that Twitter that tickets will go on sale on Friday. Now, he did say that the main card is being announced. I'm kind of scrolling through this, and it looks like the only fight that they've announced so far is going to be the main event, which is fine. I get that. I mean, maybe we're still 2 hours fucking early, but last week or the week before that or the Sunday show, you're like, yo, Andrew, you said it. Where the fuck is the card? We need to know this shit by now. Fighters, they need to start the training camp, right? So, all right, we know who the main event is. Andrew, are you excited?
No. Well, it's not even no. Miguel, this thing doesn't make sense. One, I can't wait until Friday because they're going to show us a seating chart. When you go to buy tickets, yeah, I can't see, they're going to have 170,000 seat stadium. They're like, yeah, go ahead and pick your seats that you want.
Yeah. Like, how much are these? $25? I'll take those, please.
Yeah. Seat 1,300. Like, come on, this is stupid, bro. They're like, I don't know. I think it's a crock of shit. Maybe they switch it up at the end. It's just a little arena, a little seating. They put on a regular show. You know what I mean? But there's no way this thing's going to be breaking any records, and it's going to be a paid attendance now?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even started building the stadium. This is like the fastest built 150,000 plus stadium I'm ever going to see go up.
Let me go ahead and
how many workers do you need to put up that many seats?
And how quickly can you get them? Because did you put it really in focus, in perspective when you said we were 11 weeks away or something like that, or like we're literally there. The concrete should be drying by now. You know what I'm saying? At this point, let me read one of the second parts of this paragraph here. In January, Pereira had announced that plans were to host an event to challenge the. All right. Now they just changed the word to challenge instead of just beat. The record audience of more than 135,000 fans set by Tony Zale versus Billy Pryor at Juno Park in Milwaukee in 1941. There were rumors that heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk could slot as the headliner, but with the champion set to face kickboxer Rico Verhoeven in Giza, Egypt on May 23rd, Pereira targeted another champion. And what perfect champion than to go like 100 pounds lighter, 100 pounds lighter, 112-pound flyweights. Oh boy.
This guy's a straight con artist, though. He's still using Usyk's name even in this press release. Usyk, excuse me, his name in this press release. I was going to go with him, but now I'm going with the flyweight. Get the fuck out of here. So the gap was, it's either the heavyweight champ of the world or the fucking flyweight. That's the two options we have.
Yeah. No, it's like I was going to go with, Mike Tyson, but I'm going to go with Alexis Rocha now. So, that's the rest of the direction we're going to go here.
This guy, he's a con artist. I'm telling you, he used to sell used cars back in the day, bro. Fuck out of here. I can't believe he still used Usyk's name, dude. They're like, hey, we're going to sue you. You do this shit one more time. Hey, bro, it was rumored for hours. The fuck out of here. You guys put that fucking press release on the internet, and the next day, Usyk shot that shit down. And he's over here like it was rumored. It's such a bullshit. Oh, man. Yeah. I want to see it too. I will go. I will be there if this thing gets put on, bro. But you know what? I watched Robert Guerrero go through the Bay Area. I watched Andre Ward win Olympic gold, come to the Bay Area. It was always sad, man. Seriously. I think Ward had a few fights where Oakland Arena, Golden State's arena where they played, got kind of packed, 7,000, 8,000 people, something like that maybe. But never a sellout, dude. That fucking place never sold out. It was never, and we all heard the jokes about tickets were never that expensive. So I don't see how this flyweight from, where'd you say, Argentina?
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, well, no, the flyweight. Oh, I think the opponent is from
Argentina. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see here. No, I guess that doesn't specify. But anyway, yeah. Anthony Olasquaga, I think, is Mexican. At least I think he is.
Well, he's from the Bay. But all I'm trying to say is I watched two homegrown guys. One of them, legends, dude, did not pack our house over here. It was pretty pathetic, to be honest with you. I mean, Andre fought damn near the Super Six.
Yeah.
Tournament in Oakland and didn't pack it. And then he was fighting the best of the best, dude.
Right. And these are like names that came out of this fucking thing. These guys. Okay, so Anthony Olasquaga is from LA. Okay. I mean, that's kind of.
You want to put him in San Francisco. There you go. That's smart.
I'm looking up Andy Dominguez, flyweight boxer based in Las Vegas, but originally from the Bronx.
I said not even a Bay Area kid on the card. Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah. I hope their hopes aren't too high on these ticket sales.
I mean, if the ticket sales are, like cans of Coke, you can like come in and turn them in and get yourself a ticket for the fight.
That was Andre Ward.
That's what it was, or like you ever buy yeah. Like that was Monito Dinero. You fucking did you know that? Like if you buy those boxes of cereal and it has like that cutout little fucking box that you can go turn in and get. I don't even know what the hell you can get with those anymore, but it's supposed to be like for school supplies or something like that. I don't know what it is. One of those, like cut out the barcode, bring the Lucky Charms box, and you get yourself a ticket to this card here, and you can get yourself a whole row if you just buy several boxes of it.
Hey, I did that one time.
Oh, did you? What'd you get?
We had to get it. I think my wife says if we buy cat food, canned food.
Oh, hold on. You did this as an adult?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I was thinking this is gonna be like a story from when you were a kid.
You can. I guess sometimes I need discounts to get them in places.
I to cut out the box. I figured it was a kid story.
So it was freaking like 5 cans per ticket. You had family of 6, right? So it's like 30 cans, right? So I'm bringing 30 cans, bro. She's got me carrying this shit up the street
of cat food,
dog food, whatever it was. I'm supposed to give it to them. They're gonna give me 5 tea. I get my family in for whatever the cat food or dog food costs. Bro, what we get people there with 2 cans getting tickets off of just 1 can? She had me holding 30 cans, bro. I was so pissed off. I was like, they should not be getting in. It clearly says here, like, we wanted rules to be held accountable on that day. Damn it. Yeah, that sucked for me. That was a terrible walk up the street.
Like, do you know how sick and tired my dog is of the pedigree bullshit that I had to feed him so I can buy these damn, these cans of dog food?
Fucking arm was sore, my back. Like, I didn't want to be there anymore after carrying that shit for so long. Some asshole goes, oh, I just bought 2 cans. They're like, oh, fuck it. Here are your tickets. Oh, fuck, man. Try to be the good guy.
You're all sore as shit. Like, I just went through one of those like warrior challenges shits, going under fucking climbing ropes and going under gates and shit. It's like, oh yeah. No, you just carry the dog food. Oh boy. But anyway, I figured I'd throw that last story in there because I thought it was funny. We finally hearing something. We are several, we're within a few months away from it, and we anticipate more. From what I've read, that's the only fight that I can find, at least, that has been announced. I can't imagine anybody on the undercard being any more recognizable than those guys.
He's 6 on the undercard, bro.
Yeah. He's the pay-per-view opener. It's gonna be on YouTube. Never mind.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
His press release is about what he was rumored. I can't believe this shit, man. Who's buying this?
Oh boy. But it will be free on YouTube, so by all means, guys, subscribe to us as well, of course, because we told you. All right. Well, that does it. That goes through all the stories that I have here. Andrew, was there anything else that you wanted to add on here? Maybe something else that I missed? Because I think we got just about everything. But anything else you want to add to this weekend full of fights, both on DAZN and Paramount?
No, that's it for me. I'm hungry. I didn't eat dinner today.
Oh, I hear you. Well, we've learned our lessons, right? We eat dinner too fucking fast before the show, and now we're like, bah, bah. So
yes,
I don't blame you. I'm going to go do the exact same thing myself. So that is going to do it for us here today, guys. We appreciate your patience. We will be back, of course, Sunday to talk about the results of Dubois and Wardley and see who was wrong or who was right for the fucking gazillion time. But we're going to be talking about that. And hell, we might be even recording while the damn ZUFFA card is going on. But we'll figure that out on Sunday. Alrighty. So that's going to do it for us. For my co-host, Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapichet. I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, a.k.a. Fight Fiend Migs. And this has been the Mad Boxing Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care and peace.